So in this movie, you get to do pretty much everything an actor can do on screen. Like
Yeah.
Aladdin's like, he's a parkour legend, but also he's a Broadway singer. And he dances like Bruno Mars. Like, what was the most challenging aspect of that
Those are
for
some
you?
big comparisons. Just having to combine things. I think it's one thing to stand in a room and sing or dance, but having to combine the singing with the stunt work or combine the dancing with the acting is when it gets challenging.
This is pretty much the most visible role you could possibly do because everybody in the world is going to see this movie. So does that make you nervous, or are you excited about it, or how do you feel about it?
I didn't have much time to think about it. All I knew is that this was a film that I grew up watching, and I would have, loved to play this character. So I didn't think too much about the technicalities of it or who would see it. Now that we're here, I just hope people go to the theater and enjoy it and take something away from it. There's a lot of messages to take away, so I hope people love it.
So you mentioned you were a fan of the movie as a kid. What scene or sequence were you most looking forward to doing?
From the animation, the Friend Like Me sequence was one of my favorites because Robin Williams was an inspiration of mine growing up to become an actor. But for this, I was looking forward to One Jump. It's his first musical number, and he gets to do it while doing some pretty kick-ass stunts, so I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, very cool. How do you think Aladdin and Abu met? Like, how do you imagine that relationship came to be?
Well, I think he saved them when they were on the streets. I think he saw him as a young monkey, and he took him in. He was an abandoned Capuchin, and he took him in, and they kind of cultivated the relationship that way. And I wanted to draw the parallel of they were both grew up without having parental figures. So like Aladdin, Capuchin got, left on the streets at a young age.
Do you think Aladdin bought that outfit for Abu, or was Abu wearing that?
I think Aladdin probably gathered enough money once in his life to get something made for him, because back then clothes, I think got custom made, and he probably spent a little extra to get him a similar outfit.
Right, it's a good gesture for a man of limited means.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you got to take care of your own, right?
Yeah, for sure. What was it like doing your first camera test for this movie?
It was intense. I was in London for a week prepping for it. I got to work with Jamal Sims, the choreographer, and Claire Underwood, my vocal coach, and that was the first time that I got to work with them. So it was pretty surreal getting to work with them for the test, and then having them for the actual production.
What Disney character did you identify most with as a kid? Was it Aladdin, or?
Yeah, it was. It's he's the only character that I could relate to growing up. He's the only character that looked like me, had a similar culture to mine. So it was definitely Aladdin.
Do you think if they were to go on to do adaptations of any of the sequels, like Return of Jafar, do you think you would be willing to come back to do that?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I'd love to work with Guy again and the cast and the crew. I'd want to get back as many people as we can who did this version, and I'd totally be all in.